Welcome to today's new user demonstration of WebGen 2. This demonstration will give you an overview of creating an estimate, converting an estimate into an order, creating drawings, releasing an order into fabrication, and additional user tools. The WebGen 2 pricing system has many features and benefits, including an advanced validation process that guarantees the accuracy of your selections, the ability to create alternates and revisions within the same estimate number, system-generated RFIs, a submittal drawing generator that delivers your drawings to your email within minutes, and an intelligent window configurator. The main menu is the first screen you'll see after logging into WebGen 2. This screen has the Transaction Center, Search Transactions, Other Tasks, and Order Track bar. When starting a new project, you will click on Create a New Estimate. Next, you'll enter the estimate info. As you move throughout the system, you could follow what step you're on by looking at the bold font just below the estimate number. As you can see here, estimate info is in bold. Before moving past the estimate info step, you must complete all of the required fields of the estimate header. While navigating through the screens, the user will see in red at the top what action is required for that screen. Also, all fields with a red star are considered required fields. The project type and project name are required fields in the project information section. The customer information section is who will be billed for the project once it has been released. The system defaults to your account information, but you can override this information if you need to bill the contractor directly. At the bottom of the estimate header is the freight information. The system will automatically default to your set freight terms, but you can change this to customer pickup or LTL. Next, you can begin creating a line item by clicking OK. Pictured here is a completed estimate header example. The next screen is where you will start entering the door's information. Start by entering the product code either directly into the box or by using the product code wizard. Next, a pop-up box will appear asking if the product requires greater than standard 20 PSF wind load. If you select no, the system will take you directly to the product configurator, which we will review in just a few minutes. If your product must comply to the 2014 Florida Building Code or Miami-Dade's wind load requirements, select yes, and the system will take you to the wind load configurator. Here on the wind load configurator screen, you will see that you now have the fields to enter the required wind load certification, opening with desired impact speed, wind pressure, and jam type. For this demonstration, we'll select Florida for the wind load certification type. Next, we'll enter the width of the door's opening, let's say 10 feet. For impact speed, let's say we have a Category 4 building for which we know the missile impact speed required is 80 feet per second. At this point, you'll notice that the system is limiting the available drop-down options based on the wind load certification you selected at the top. In this instance, the only impact speeds required by the Florida Building Code are 50 feet per second and 80 feet per second. Next, we'll select the design wind pressure, 100 PSF. Finally, we need to select the jam type. You'll notice that our only options are concrete or steel jams. The system has limited our available jam types to what is available for that specific width, wind pressure, and impact speed. Let's see what happens when I change the design wind pressure to 50. Yes, now that we've reduced the design wind pressure, we have the option of selecting filled CMU, concrete, or steel jams. Once you've completed all the fields in the wind load configurator screen, the system will take you to the product configurator, where you will enter all of the fields regarding the door's finishes and component materials. Again, as you go through the drop-downs, the system will limit the available options based on what is approved, such as the type of mounting, material, finish, and available gauges. You'll notice that the only product family options are surface or insulated doors. We still offer wind loading on our fire doors. However, this is on a consult factory basis only at this time. After completing all of the fields in the product configurator, you should review your choices and select OK. Let's for a moment go back to the estimate info screen and select the product code wizard again. This time, we'll select no to the pop-up, indicating that our product does not require greater than standard 20 PSF wind load. Now the system will take us directly to the product configurator, which should look familiar to you now. The product configurator will again take you through the product questions that are used to create the code. Start by selecting the product family from the list of products. Next, select the product type, operation, type of mounting, curtain design, material, finish type, and the gauge from each of the drop-downs. After clicking OK, the system will take you to another screen where you can enter the quantity, prepared opening size, and list price size if you've entered the wind load specifications through the wind load configurator. The details will show up here. You can also make changes to your wind load selections on this screen. Next, you can enter any labor hours that will need to be included in calculations further down the road. Click OK after completing all of the required information on this screen. Let's say you entered a motor-operated door into your estimate. Next, the system will automatically take you to the motor selection screen. Here you can select motor manufacturer, model, horsepower, voltage, motor controls, and motor interlocks. Next, select Yes to add any operator modifications or electrical accessories. If you do not need to select any modifications or accessories, then you can select No. But for this demonstration, we'll just select Yes. The system will now take us to the electrical option component screen. These components are condensed to one screen for us to select the electrical component from the list. For this demonstration, let's add photo eyes to the door. The photo eyes are located under the primary and tracking devices section. Next, select the type of photo eyes by checking the box to the right of the option. You must click OK to save the selection. At this point, the system will return you to the electrical option component screen. After returning to this screen, you'll see that the photo eyes have been added to the list of options at the bottom of the screen. As you add more options to the line item, you'll have the visibility to see what has already been added to the door under the current item options list. After adding your electrical options, click Return to Estimate View. The Estimate View will allow you to see all of the door and option information. When you're on this screen, you can either complete your estimate here or add additional options. To add another option, you'll click on the option icon to the left of the item number or click Options under the product code. For this demonstration, we will select the hood and fascias component. On the component options screen, you'll select the options to add to the door by clicking Select, located on the right of the option, or by selecting the options using the drop-down boxes. Click OK, and the system will take you back to the option component screen. You can add more options to the line item here. When all options have been selected, then click Return to Estimate View. When you finish creating your first line item or entering the first product into your estimate, the system will take you to the Estimate View screen. Here you can add another door by selecting Add. You must repeat the steps to enter the product information for the next line item by using the product code wizard or entering the product code into the product code field. Next, you'll enter the prepared opening size and click OK to save your changes and return to Estimate View. Once you've returned to the Estimate View, you'll complete your estimate by validating the line items. When you begin the validation process, you're giving the system the OK to verify that the size, door gauge, operation type, and options are all valid for that selected door type. To run the validation process, click Complete and Validate Estimate. The validation process is required after adding any door or making changes to an existing estimate. This is an example of what will appear on your screen while the estimate is running through the validation process. Once the process is complete, the system will return you back to the estimate. When the system completes the validation process, you'll now see the estimate totals on the screen. Click on Additional Entry Fields to enter any labor charges, miscellaneous charges, and additional markups to the estimate. The labor hours entered on each of the line items during the Add New Item step will carry over to the additional entry fields. You can enter the labor rate and any additional miscellaneous charges here. Click Update Additional Information Fields to save the changes and charges in the system for the project. The grand total at the bottom of the estimate will include the pricing of the doors and the additional information charges. When the estimate is complete, you can print the estimate worksheet. Start this process by clicking on the Print Worksheet option just above the Material Total section on the estimate screen. You'll then have the option to print a formal worksheet or print a basic worksheet. This is an example of a formal worksheet. This worksheet will show the product code, description, door size, and total dollar amount for the estimate. This is an example of the estimate worksheet. This estimate worksheet will give you the detailed information about the estimate. It will have the complete product description, options, door size, net material total, and shipping information. At this point in the presentation, if you have any questions, you can send them to us at marketing@clicksanddoor.com.